Hello, my name is Rap. This is my new video about Warframe. Like I said in previous videos, I was going to do an endless mission, but this time isn't a Tower 4 since I'm farming Sarin chassis. This is the last part of Sarin that I'm missing. Sorry. I'm gonna do a Tower 3 mission. I'm gonna take the Prisma Grakata with the build I show in that video with a dual elemental damage build for status and critical. I am only using split chamber and serration, hammer shot and point strike, and 4 dual stat cards. Well, I'm gonna take the Marlock. I played with the Marlock in the video with Frost, but I was planning to bring Marlock in this video when I did the Tower 4, so I'm gonna take Marlock because it's the same build as a Brak, but I have 100% status. Since I talked already about this build in the video of Frost, in the dark sectors, I'm not gonna talk of this build. I'm gonna take Syndom. I'm having a blast playing with this weapon. It's hilarious. I don't have a very special build. I only build for Viral, and I inserted Auger Strike. These cards doesn't work it in all weapons, but I decided to put it in this weapon to boost a little puncture. Since this is not a blade weapon, it's a pole, so I decided it, and I'm using Life Strike. It's not a special build, it's something that, well, I only have a few melee with very dedicated builds. The rest is ever pretty basic builds. I don't invest much in melee. I start to use it more now, but it's not one thing that I'll put much effort to. My Nix, it's pretty similar to the previous videos. The only difference is Mind Freak now is a fixed card. Overextended is the only card I use for range, and Coalition Drift, oh, I remove it, wow. And I use Coalition Drift to boost the corrosive projection. Since it is an endless mission, I always use Coalition Drift. The rest is pretty much the same. It's a duration build with a little efficiency and a boost in power range. Doesn't have strength. Let's see if I'm a bit lucky. I'm only missing the chassis. But well, I got the systems at first try and the helmet at third try, so I'm that's why I decided to go after chassis now, since I'm with luck. Let's see if my luck didn't run out. But I'm not so lucky with Nikan. But well, it isn't a weapon that I want to get it, but it's not that kind of weapon that, oh, I must have it now, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna refill my energy before I start. Well, I forgot to change my friends. I only have 6 of these exims, but let's see if it is enough. I always change when I have a few. Well, this one is from my syndicate, so I can buy more if I want. The other ones it's a bit hard because I'm relying on drops, and sometimes the syndicate assassin squads don't drop blueprints, so you will see the Grakata works pretty well, not only at start of the mission, but even after half an hour, 40 minutes, the weapon works pretty well with this build. And you don't even miss heavy caliber, like I said in that video. Don't even miss heavy caliber because the weapon does enough damage to kill enemies very quickly, even heavies. It's always good to have a good secondary for you to change between weapons, especially after the 25 half an hour, or you run out of ammo very easily, because that is always a problem when you play solo. You have to kill all the enemies, so it is always a problem. When you are in a party, sometimes you don't even know the ammo problem, but playing solo in Tower 3 or Tower 4 missions, I always try to change to my secondary to avoid having to stop and refill my ammo, because it is a bit pace breaking. Well, if I don't have any other choice, I'll do it without problems. That's why I always have gear ready to be used. But if I can avoid, sure, it's better. That's why I always, when I choose weapons like Grakata, Soma, these kind of weapons that consume a lot of ammo, I always try to have a good secondary to switch between them in middle of the game and don't have ammo issues, or don't be forced to stop and refill. You can do it. It's not a big deal like some players like to say that, oh, that is very annoying, we have to lose time. You only lose a few seconds. It's not a big deal. And it's better than relying on drops, because sometimes the game likes to spoil ammo for the weapons you aren't using. One thing that I love in this build is the blast proc. In Tower 4 it's not so useful, but believe me, in Tower 3 it's not so useful, but in Tower 4, believe me, it's very useful, especially when the game likes to throw 3 or 4 heavies in the same room. If you fire a shot, little bursts against each heavy, you usually proc them with blast and knock them down, so they cannot rocket you. And it's good to at least deploy chows, or to kill them if you prefer. Okay, I'm gonna activate this one. I don't like this room. This room only have 2, and it's I don't like. It's very wide open. It's good because it have a lots of doors, so enemies come from many sides. But I don't really like this part of the map. There are a few, only 2 spots that I love, and when I get those spots, I usually try to stay there the most time that I can without moving from that place, because it's very good. Have a few doors. It spawn 3 capsules, and if you always activate at least two, the game it's always dropping the another capsule. So if you have one room full and that room, you can control the tanks pretty well to stay there without having to move to another place. And it's a very good well, you are always dependent from the capsules the enemies drop, but if the game doesn't do anything weird, you can stay there pretty much until the game starts to spawn lots of enemies, and you need to break a little the pace of the game, and then it's when I change room, because when I change room the game needs to start a new spawn and start to throw enemies very slowly against you. So it's good to break the pace of the game, but again it's more important in Tower 4 than Tower 3. Tower 3 it's much more bearable in terms of controlling the enemy, because well, they do much less damage, so you aren't without much pressure like we are in Tower 4 missions. Okay, I'm very curious to see which are the other rooms, so I'm going to activate this and I'm going to move forward. Like I said, I don't like much this part of the void in survival. Ah, it's this one. Well, I'm not I'm not very lucky in this game. Maybe the third room is the one that I want. This door is locked. I don't press much the trigger, I don't need it. Like I said, the blast proc and the corrosive do enough damage. Sure that the enemies are only level 22, but even later I don't need to press much the trigger to kill the enemies, because the very high status and also the critical build make the weapon do enough damage to kill the enemies very quickly. It's the only build, to be honest, it's the only build that works well in Grakata. If you make a damage build, you will be frustrated with the results, because you take a little time to kill the enemies and you waste too much ammo. That's why many people don't like the Grakata, because well, they build Grakata like they build Bolto Prime. Bolto Prime is a weapon that you build for damage, but Grakata is very different from Bolto Prime, because it has very low physical damage. So you have to take advantage of his stats, or you basically will feel that the weapon doesn't do much damage. As you are noted, I didn't use mind control yet, because well, enemies aren't that big in level, so I'm not worried too much in using not even chows, because I don't need it. The enemy is easily controlled now. I keep those tanks a bit later. Well, unless I have luck to get the chassis at 20 minutes, I'm planning and do 40 minutes, so but I don't know, I may be that lucky and get the chassis at 20 minutes. I always try to help my friend, especially when he's surrounded by enemies, for him to live a little longer. Okay, I'm gonna move to the room. I'm gonna break this. Sometimes it gives capsules. These operators sometimes only say crap. The only big problem with nullifiers is you cannot enter the bubble to kill them, because if you enter the bubble, your mind controlled enemy lose the mind control and attack you. So it is a bit annoying because, well, I have to shoot the bubble to kill him. I don't have luck. Sometimes I find rare containers in these rooms. Ah, there is a healer there. The healers sometimes are a bit annoying because, well, they usually hide behind the other enemies and you see they are there because you don't do damage to the, or you almost don't do damage to the enemy, then you know there is a patient there because of the damage reduction. So okay, I'm gonna to the other room to activate one because, well, I'm okay. I'm gonna change to my secondary to. I don't like to go to until I don't have ammo in Grakata, because well, I could have a situation where I need my primary, and if I don't have ammo I have to refill, and that is usually take a few seconds. Ha! Warframe blueprint, wow. The problem with rotation C, it's very diluted, so well, it's not hard to see that DA put it there on purpose. it's it's very, I don't find odd that the sarin is on not only rare keys, but where drops are very botched. Exterminate missions are probably the worst drop table in a void. And well, rotation C, we all know what. As I was saying, in rotation C, we all know what how they are. Ah, I pressed the wrong key. I wanted to use the showers and start doing absorbs. Okay, I'm gonna activate this one. I still have the other one there. I still have this one in this room, so I'm gonna stay here. Okay, now I'm gonna activate this one. I probably already have the one downstairs, so uh, I don't want to lose my friend. I usually use the showers for my friend rocket the enemies. They usually ragdoll because his rockets do insane damage with Mind Freak. So it's sometimes it's a bit hilarious to see. Okay, I'm gonna refill my health because I have very few, and I am almost losing my sentinel, which I don't want, of course, right now. Okay, I'm gonna change room because things are started to be very crowded, and I want to break the pace of the game a little bit. I already have this one here. If I wanted to stay here, I could stay here. Well, probably gonna stay here because, well, right now it's stopped to... Oh, my friend lost mind control. didn't saw the grenade. Almost killed me. I'm gonna throw a friend to create even more confusion. Okay, I'm gonna activate the one upstairs and I'm gonna move forward to the other room. I didn't even saw which room it is, so I'm gonna move now. It's good sometimes to break the pace of the game. I also need to refill. Oh, I don't like this room much. I also need to refill a bit. Ah, okay, there is an Eximus there. It does a better job than the normal one. So, and also is more resistant to gunfire. That's why I decided to do a duration build in Nyx pretty much since I start playing with her, the normal Nyx. It's because the mind control really worth it if you have a duration build, because if you don't have, the enemies don't almost don't stay mind controlled almost any time, so you don't really feel the help. I'm gonna boost a bit my health. Okay, I have to move from this room because I don't have any capsule here, and if I need to activate, I don't have any here. it's it's hilarious to see they knock down. Oh, my friend is still alive. Good. I thought he was dead. My friend is still alive. Oh, so he did a good job. Well, I'm used to play Tower 4, that's why I'm so surprised, because in Tower 4 you usually don't survive this much, but it helps a lot, it's true. Okay, I'm gonna activate this one. Ah, a nullifier. If I was distracted now, the heavy would have rocketed me. This is the only thing annoying with the nullifiers. Is if they touch the mind controlled enemy, he instantly lost the. Oh, I took a grenade. I was near. I don't like to be near the friend because the enemies throw a lot of grenades at him. If you are near, like I was now, I get a lot of damage. Okay, I'm gonna activate the other one there. Ah. Okay, it's the second rotation C, so I'm gonna extract. Ah, Bow Prime, wow. Two Bow Primes blueprints at rotation C. Hilarious. Well, I have to try again. it's not difficult with Nix. Nix makes missions very bearable. Uh, the only difference, the real difference between this one and Tower 4 is the heavies and the grenades. They are the big threat to Nix. For instance, that grenade that my friend took when I was near him, if it was in Tower 4 now at 39 minutes, I would have died. In this tier, I got my health very low, but in Tower 4 you die. There's no way back. If you are catched by a grenade at this point, you die. If you are get by a rocket at this point, you die. If you are sniped by a nullifier at 39 minutes with Nix and without steel fiber or anything that boosts your health, you die. It's a bit more and forgiving in terms of playing and moving. I always try to be moving around pretty much like I did in this mission. It was not because of the danger, but more because I'm used to play this way. Okay, it's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, see you around.